Hi, I'm Kayla Griffin. I attend the master's program at Piedmont College, and this is my capstone presentation. So this is our agenda for today. I'll be going over a brief introduction about myself, my pedagogy as an educator, my analysis of my research proposal, course reflections I've taken during the program, a couple of TEAC standards that I've achieved, and my professional growth as an educator. So a little bit about me. I am a first grade teacher. I've been teaching for 3 years in Whitfield County, and I've taught pre-K and kindergarten, and I have to say first grade's my favorite. Some of my favorites are vacations, anywhere with water and sunshine, coffee, and being an aunt. And these are some pictures of my nieces and nephews. So my pedagogy as an educator is that I believe all children should have the opportunity to learn in a positive, safe, and welcoming environment. And all educators should strive to make this happen for their students daily. I incorporate lots of different teaching strategies in my daily instruction, such as think, pair, shares, reading groups, and visuals. And I think that's very important as an educator. Think, pair, shares are really good for students who are more shy and they probably don't want to share out loud. So they can, whisper their ideas with a partner, and then they can share their partner's answer out. So that's a really good strategy that I've incorporated. And reading groups are a really good way to differentiate instruction. And students can get that, small group setting, and they can get the skills and the comprehension and fluency skills that they need to practice. And the program has, the master's program has definitely changed and reinforced my pedagogy as an educator. It has highlighted some techniques I'm already doing and some strategies I'm already using in my classroom, such as think, pair, shares, and small groups. It has also adjusted and changed some of the things I'm doing in the classroom. For example, I'm now more in tune with the different types of ways my students prefer to be assessed. The program has taught me to broaden the types of both informal and formal assessments I'm using in my classroom. So I researched the effectiveness of student dress code policies in public high schools in rural areas within the United States. And I hope to find a correlation between public school student dress code policies and school climate. So the student achievement, I discovered public school dress code policies do have a positive impact on school climate. The data from the research shows the positive correlation between the two. Dress code policies allow school officials to maintain a more controlled environment, which leads to a higher academic achievement as well. Educational assessment was one of the courses I took in the master's program, and I learned the importance of implementing a variety of assessments in my daily instruction. So I learned the importance of implementing more informal assessments, and that's something we should be doing every day as educators. But like I talked about earlier, I've implemented more think, pair, shares, more performance-based assessments, and more hands-on activities in my daily instruction. So that's been a very great help for me. And I've also learned to consider my students' needs and their preferences when assessing. Critical thinking and creativity in the classroom was another class that I really enjoyed in the program, and it's really helped me grow as an educator. So I have learned different ways to enhance student creativity, such as doing quick little, just little informal activities with them. Like I might give them a sheet that has like a shape on it or like a small little doodle, and they have to turn it into something. And it's, a break from academics for a minute, but it also enhances that creativity, and it's really, it might, it can help enhance their problem-solving skills, and it's a really good and enjoyable activity for them to do. Okay, so we had to talk about how we've achieved all of our TEAC standards, all 10 TEAC standards. Oh God. All 10 TEAC standards in the program. And this is one standard that I have. Achieved, and it's standard 3, instructional strategies. So I try to incorporate lots of different strategies in my daily classroom. So I'll do lots of collaborative learning, and this is an example of that. These students this was actually on Halloween, and they made a big mess. But my students were able to work in small groups to do lots of different tasks around the classroom. This was one of them. And they got to do a rice search. They had to dig through a bucket and find a certain number of different objects in the bucket of rice, and they had to pull them out, count them, and sort them. So it was a good informal assessment, like a performance-based assessment, along with collaborative learning. So that was one example of a way I've achieved that standard. Standard 6 was assessment uses. And one way I've achieved this standard is by grouping my students accurately in reading and math. So this is an example of my reading groups during guided reading time, and I grouped them homogeneously, which means they're grouped based on the specific needs that they need met. And so these are my 4 reading groups. And the program, when I took the reading assessments course in the program, it really helped me to figure out what to do with a lot of the data I have for my assessments. So I have grown as an educator because of this program, and the master's program has influenced my daily classroom life. It has taught me how to incorporate a variety of assessment strategies into lessons. For example, I'm implementing more informal assessments into my daily lessons, such as performance-based assessments, think pair shares, and quick writes. By implementing these types of assessments, I am better able to grasp where students are academically. I'm also differentiating on a regular basis. The courses in the master's program have impacted my use of differentiation in the classroom. I have been introduced to many ideas and resources other teachers are also using to differentiate their instruction. During the program, I gained lots of helpful insight on instructional strategies. One specific strategy I gained some good insight on is collaborative learning, and this strategy involves groups of students working together on a specific task or problem. Collaborative learning enhances student problem skills along with their critical thinking skills. And by giving students chances to participate in collaborative learning, you are giving them opportunities for their social development and self-management skills to improve. And some of my future goals as an educator is first off, I plan to remain in the classroom for a while. I'm just now starting my 3rd year, so I'm a new teacher. So I plan to stay in the classroom, maybe shift grade levels every now and then, so I can, not get too comfortable. But I do want to stay in the classroom and grow as an educator, and maybe later on step into an ESOL role, perhaps, or maybe an EIP role. And that is my presentation. Thank you so much.